In this video, we are going to be learning about the scientific definition of work. Keep in mind that the science definition of work is different from the everyday definition of work. In science, work is defined as this. Work is done only when a force causes an object to move in the same direction or parallel direction as the applied force. Here are some examples of work or not work. A person kicks a file cabinet, but it stays in the same spot. This would be not work. I'm going to put an N for no. Not work. Because even though the person exerted a force, it did not move. Okay? Alright, how about lifting up your backpack from the floor? Well, in that case, you're exerting a force on your backpack. You cause the backpack to move in the same direction that you apply the force, so this would be work. So I'll put a W. Yes, it is work. Alright, this example. A pencil dropping to the ground. This would be work. Think about what force is acting on the pencil. If you said gravity, you are right. So gravity is causing the pencil to go to the ground. So a force is causing the object to move in the same direction as the applied force. So this would be work. Just a reminder, guys, you should be copying down these examples and writing down the answers in your notes. All right, this example. A person holds a book in place over her head. So is this work? The person's exerting a force, but the book is not moving. So this would be no, not work. All right, a person holds a book in place over her head and walks across the classroom. Let's think about this. So is a force being exerted? Yes. Is the object moving? Yes, it is. However, this would be not work, and here's why. The force is being exerted in this direction, but the object is being moved in this direction across the classroom. Therefore, this would not be work because the force and the movement are not in the same direction. The formula for work is work equals force times distance. You can abbreviate that to W equals FD, where F stands for force and D stands for distance. The SI units for work are joules, which we abbreviate to capital J. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Let's go back into this. Okay, so here's a couple practice problems. A 30 Newton force moves a ball 2 meters. So to do this one, we would do W equals FD. And sorry, that D is so sloppy. The force is 30, and the distance is 2. So the work would be 60. 60 what? We need units, 60 joules. Okay, next one. A 4 Newton force moves a shopping cart 7 meters. So we do W equals FD. So then we do the force is 4 and the distance is 7. 4 times 7 is 28 joules. Okay, next one. A 20 Newton force moves a box 0.5 meters. So here we would just do 20 times 0.5, in which case we would get 10 joules. Make sure you copy down these examples. You need to have these in your notes. Last thing for this video, work can be either positive or negative. So when the force is in the same direction that the object moves, the work is positive. So remember on the first slide, I said the words parallel to. So as long as the force is parallel to the direction the object moves, there is work being done. If it's in the same direction, the work is positive. When the force acts in the opposite direction to the one in which the object moves, the work is negative. So here's an example. I push a box with a force of 10 newtons and it moves 2 meters. Friction exerts a force opposite to the box's movement. So there's two forces here. There's the force I exert and the force friction exerts. Is the work I do, is that positive or negative? How about the work that friction does? Well, the work I do on the box is positive because the box is moving in the direction in which I push it. The work friction does is negative. If the box is moving this way, then friction will act that way. So therefore, friction will be doing negative work. Here's a couple more examples. Make sure you're writing these examples in your notes. I drop a pen to the floor. Would that be positive or negative work? Number 2, air resistance slows a skydiver down. So think about these. Number 1 is going to be positive work. That's because gravity pulls down and the pen also moves down, so the work is positive. Number 2, that would be negative. Air resistance is pushing up, but the skydiver is moving down, so the work is negative. Make sure you don't forget your summary for your Cornell notes.